So last time we began looking at some higher level division. So I want to take that a little bit further today. So, and I want to show you one different way of doing it as well. So let's look at what we talked about last week. So let's say I have something like 9 into 132. Okay, so we got a single digit here into a triple digit. So what we're asking is, what is 132 divided by 9? Okay, so just to refresh what we talked about, if I have 9, I'm going to switch to red here. We look at, does 9 go into 1? And it doesn't. I can't do 1 divided by 9. It doesn't work out. So can't do it. So now I look at both of these together. Does 9 go into 13? Well, it does. It goes into 13 one time. So 1 9 equals 9. So if I take that 1 9 out of there, so 13, take away that 9, I'm left with 4. 4. So now I've dealt with these two numbers. All I have left is this 2. So I drop the 2 down. And now I'm looking at 42. Does 9 go into 42? Well, yes, it does. How many times? Well, I know 9 times 5 is 45. So I can't do 5. It's got to be 4. 9 times 4 is 36. Can't do 2, take away 6. I'm going to borrow it over. 12, take away 6 is 6. So I'm left with 6. Can 9 go into 6 any further? No, it cannot. I got no more numbers here to drop down. So that's the end of my problem. I have 14, the remainder of 6. So that's what we talked about last week, which is great. We will continue to work on that as well, but I want to show you another way. So let's say I have something even more difficult, like 12 into 1,321. Okay, that's difficult. Okay, I'm looking at that and I'm going, how many 12s are there in 1,321? This could be tough. We can absolutely do it the same way that we talked about last week, or let me show you this new way. Okay, what you can do is you can take this box and you can just draw a line down, and we can work on this side, which is the outside. So what I can start doing is I can start working with numbers that I'm familiar with. And one of the numbers that we've worked with a lot this year is 10. 10 is always a friendly number to work with. So why don't I try taking 10 12s out of there first? Because I know that 10 times 12 is 12 with a 0. So that's 120. So if I take 120 out of there, so let's take 10 12s out of there. 1 take away 0 is 1. 2 take away 2 is 0. 3 take away 1 is 2. And 1 take away 0 is 1201. So I'm still sitting with 1,201. So I can do 10 again, or I can start getting a little more creative. If I know that 10 times 12 is 120, well, what's 20 times 12 going to be? Well, it's going to be double what 10 was, right? So what's double 120? It's 240. So why don't I take 240 out of there? 1 take away 0 is 1. I can't do 0 take away 4, so I'm going to borrow. Turn that into 10 instead of 0. 10 take away 4 is 6. Can't do 1 take away 2, so I'm going to borrow again. What's 11 take away 2? 9. I'm sitting at 961. Okay. Well, if 20 was 240, what would 40 times 12 be? Well, it's going to be double what 240 is, which is 480. So why don't I do 480? 40 times 12 is 480. Let's take that out of there. 1 take away 0 is 1. Can't do 6 take away 8, so I'm going to borrow. Oops, that's an 8. That's a 16. 16 take away 8 is 8. 8 take away 4 is 4. Well, look what I got left. I got 481 left. Why don't I do another 40? 40 times 12 is another 480. I subtract that out and I'm left with 1. All right, so we're kind of done, right? But now we have to look at how many things what did we all take out of our number? We took a 10, a 20, a 40, and a 40. So if I add that all up together, that's 80, that's 100, 110. 110. And then I have my remainder of 1 left, remainder 1. And that's the answer to that problem. Okay, let's look at another one quickly just to make sure we have the hang of that. So let's go with 21 into 647. Okay, random numbers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this down so I can work on the outside again. And what do I want to start with? Well, I'm always loving the friendly 10. All right, 10 times 21. If I do 21 tens, what I have is 21 with a 0, right? 210. So I take my 210 away. 7, 3, 4, and I'm left with 437. I can do another 10, would be no problem, but I can also see that if I double my 10 and do a 20, I would have 420, which gets me pretty close to where I need to be. So 20 times 21 is 420, because it's just double of what this one was. Take out my 420, 7, and a 1. I'm left with 17. I've got 17 left. 21 does not go into 17. I've so far taken out a total of 30, so my answer is going to be 30 with my remainder of 17. Okay, and again, if I want to check my work, I can always check, is 30 times 21 going to get me close to 647 plus that remainder? Let's have a look. 21 times 30, 0 times 1 is 0, 0 times 2, 20 is 0, 30 times 10 is 3, 30 times 1, sorry, let me erase that. You always want to line up your numbers, so 30 times 1 is 30, 30 times 20 is 2 zeros and a 6, so 600. And my answer is 630. If I add my remainder of 17, I get 647. So I know I did it right. Okay? Practice a couple of those today.